one of my closers' calendars, the second closer's calendar.
The reason I'm actually showing you this is just so you know, like, I'm not fucking lying to you.
99 confirmed appointments. I don't offer mentorship anymore, quite frankly. Just basically doing this to give out some pure value. So my calendar, one of my closers' calendars, the second closer's calendar, the third closer's calendar, the fourth, and the fifth. Okay, this is how many meetings we have. Start date, 99 confirmed appointments today. All right, this is the way we're operating. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to copy this. And I'm going to go over the exact appointment setting methods that we use, including actual showing you the workflows of SMS. You know, there's only 2 working outbound methods at the moment in SMMA at the moment that I'm seeing. I don't offer mentorship anymore, quite frankly. And I'm just basically doing this to give out some pure value. So if you want some stuff that is actually going to move the needle in your agency and take you from booking, you know, a couple of appointments to literally 100 a day or 99 a day. So before I take you over the exact workflows, the exact scripts that we use to qualify all of our meetings for cold SMS and how you can book literally hundreds of appointments a day, let's just go over the agency structure really quickly. And this is what you should be doing if you're a beginner on a day-to-day basis. Again, I don't sell mentorship. This was previously in my kind of mentorship, and this gave us basically an exact method of what to do every day, ensuring every single client I signed on, every single mentee got a client in the end. And yeah, so essentially appointment setting, cold DM, cold SMS, cold calling, cold email. I really like cold SMS at the moment for local businesses. You know, this is the way to do outreach. Inbound, obviously my favorite is going to be ads always. We literally spend £500 a day. So today is the 3rd of March, and as you can see here, we've just spent over nearly £1,300. You can see on the ad set level, the way we have it set up is, you know, 400 on our main ad set, then 100 on our testing ad set. So we're constantly, you know, trying to get new creatives to see what's performing. When it comes to sales, we have 5 closers on board, as I just showed you on the calendars. But yeah, we have basically an application process, hiring. We hire from Club Closer, highly recommend them. Training, we have SOPs, like 22 sales SOPs, live call reviews, group coaching calls, Mondays, Fridays. To improve show rates, we have personalized pre-call videos, reminder flows on SMS. We have person doing call confirmations. You can see here the lovely Elena, who is our call confirmer, has called around a lot of people last night, making sure they're going to show up. When it comes to service delivery, this is one of the most important points. We have onboarding, setting expectations, client calls, and the CSM. So at the moment, Sam and I are doing onboardings. That's why I have 13 onboarding calls today. Sam has a lot as well. In terms of the ads, so ad account setup, you know, copy, creatives. You want to make it as copy and paste as possible. In terms of other stuff, go high level landing page, workflows, the basic stuff. Operations, so CSM management, outbound units, and sales rep management. I'm going to get onto the actual structure of our agency in just a moment. But one of the crucial points of this is tracking, okay? And the tracking allows you to make data-driven decisions, because when you're dealing with numbers like hundreds of appointments a day, tracking is going to be so useful. Let's say an appointment source is 40% more effective than the other. We're going to cut that and then maybe double the budget on whatever was working. Right now, before we get on to the exact SMS process and, you know, the scripts, the workflows for that, this is what you should be doing on a day-to-day basis. So if you're at 0K a month, right? So you just started, right? You should be doing everything. So sales calls, doing outbound, cold calling yourself, learning the service before you're kind of outsourcing any of that. So when you sign your first couple clients and you've been grafting and you hit 10K a month, you're going to have an outbound manager. So whether that's a person, you know, basically booking these appointments from SMS in, or someone confirming all of the calls that are coming from ads or qualifying them, you're going to have that in place. You're going to have someone, maybe a sales rep who's better than you at sales, and you're going to have basically account managers for the people who are managing your service delivery side. And to have an agency doing 100K a month, this is the structure for it to be completely removed. We're going to hit 100K this month. And you're going to have several key people. So you're going to have a CSM who's basically managing the account managers who are in control of the client's accounts. And they're dealing with all of the bad quality clients. So you're going to have the sales manager who's, you know, managing the reps, which is currently my role. And then we have an outbound manager who's basically managing the, you know, the process of appointment booking. Right? Then above that, you have an operations who's basically, their role is basically to check that everyone is doing their job. Then you can have the founders who are completely removed at that point. So I originally, got my first couple of views on YouTube because of this video, right? And it was basically showing you how to basically get a cold calling team for absolutely $0 up front. But I'm going to be completely frank, guys. That method has got saturated. I don't know if people have seen my video or you see other videos, but it just doesn't quite work that well anymore. So one of the other key ways that is actually only working in 2025 is SMS, right? And here's the exact booking script, which is the best performing that I've seen in the industry so far. And we're going to have automations, a pitch message, positive replies, making sure that we're filtering out all of the people who are saying F you or no. We're going to make sure that our inbox is super clear in responses to this. When we're sourcing leads, you've got three real options. The first is to buy off fiber. The second is you've got to have a strong network. So you may have someone who can provide you really specialized leads. We have that. Or you can just basically scrape them yourself from Yelp, Realtor.com, BBB, depending on what kind of local business that you're doing. But something that you must do before that is that a lot of the leads that come from Fiverr or Realtor.com will often not be actual mobile numbers. So what I would use is Clear Out Phone. Here you can essentially see how many of the numbers are mobile numbers and filter out all of the toll-frees, the void numbers, make sure that you're only sending to mobiles. Finally, we're doing uploading. So we're going to have, their first name, last name, phone, source, which is their city, state, country. And use this quick checklist here. So mobile numbers, make sure the names aren't in capitals, because then you're going to be saying, hey, capital for their first name. They're just going to get a very low reply rate. They're mapped correctly, and do not add to automation straight away. Otherwise, it's just going to fuck everything up. So in terms of sending, I've actually got one of my top mentees, Jason, who has got to 20K a month solely through cold SMS. And he's going to give the exact step-by-step on how his workflows are set up for you guys. So I'll just roll that now.
What is good, boys? My name is Jason Lobo, founder of Remote Connect. I'm personally one of Will's most successful mentees. I can confidently say that. And the reason I'm making this video is because I'm going to drop immense value. I'm going to drop all the sauce, how I actually built and scaled my agency to, in the past 2 months, I would say, or 3 months actually, 2 months, we've scaled to over $22,000 US dollars. I'm in Canada, so that's close to nearly 30 grand. In the past month, I have made so far, this month, it's March, I've made it well over $4,870. This week, I specifically took off to focus more on service delivery, how I can actually, scale and more so expand the crew. I know a lot of people say not to take the back pedal off acquisition, but sometimes it's good to actually just, once you're actually doing well, focus more on the clients and get back in the game. So starting Monday, obviously we're going to start pumping everything out. But the reason I'm actually showing you this is just so I'm not fucking lying to you, right? I know a lot of people just say that this is how much they're making. But even if we look at in the past 4 weeks, from the past 4 weeks from March 15th to the previous weeks, we have made over $11,019 US dollars. So just for some social proof, just so I'm not fucking with you. So now what I'm actually going to show you is our agency's cold SMS sequence. So this is what's literally allowed us to scale immensely, right? We've run a cold calling team. That didn't work. So we hopped onto cold SMS, and this is the one thing that got us so far. Now, I did just want to make something very pertinent and just make a disclaimer. Don't copy this, right? If everyone starts copying this, this isn't going to work. But secondly, if I give you everything that we are doing in our current agency and you try and replicate it, it will not work for you, right? Because it's not you, right? And that's the best part about an agency is that it is you, right? You are your business. So you need to make it as authentic as you can. So the way we structure our sort of cold SMS is that we have an appointment setter. Our appointment setter does a lot of work for our agency, but his name is Sydney. So all we do is when we're scraping, we're obviously trying to do the most output. So we don't have their personal contact name, but we can at least have their company name. So all we do is, hey, company name, this is Sydney. Came across you guys and I thought I'd reach out. We work on a pay per project basis and we don't charge per lead. Would 3 to 6 bathroom or kitchen jobs in the next 60 days interest you? Right, this is a bold offer that we're making. It's very simple, and the reason it works better than cold calling is because, like I said, we filter out responses, right? So if people reply positively, let's say someone replies, yes, our actual appointment setter will get a notification to know about this, right? And not only that, our sequence will also send them a message being hey, perfect, I will give you a call in a second. So I'm just going to show you. And yeah, so our system will actually message them being hey, I'll give you a ring with this number in the next few minutes, right? Just to make it very simple and very clear. Now, obviously there are going to be people that don't respond. whether they say stop or whether they say, I'm not interested, there are going to be people that just are interested but just don't have the time to reply to this message. So after I'd say we put it to 91 minutes, it'll message them back being like, hey, this is, your company name, right? Premier Remodeling or whatever, right? Just let me know if you're interested. Like I said, the reason all of this works is because it gives them the option, right, to whether or not they actually are resistant or whether or not they actually want to respond to this message. And the reason why SMS is so scalable is because it's so hard to get into it, right? Not too many people know how to get verified with an SMS, how to actually scale with using SMS, and how to actually, use the systems to leverage everything. So beyond that, what we actually do, the most important thing with SMS is that when you book people in, you need to nurture them, right? I know a lot of people just focus on getting more booked appointments, which is good, right? Obviously, you want to fill up your schedule. You want to get a lot of appointments in, but if you're not nurturing the people that are coming into your workflow or coming into your agency, coming into booking an appointment, they're just going to see through that, right? They're just going to know, well, okay, if he's not nurturing me or if this person is just not giving me any sort of value, I can already know what to expect on the call. They're just going to try and sell me. So essentially, let's say our appointment setter, goes ahead and actually, books them in. What we actually go ahead and do is obviously we have an internal notification to our own agency, but we send them a message saying that, hey, through an email that, this is an automated email. Thanks for taking your time to go ahead and sit down with me. Here's our meeting link. Before our call, could you please reply yes to this email? Again, this is an automated email. Now, the reason we actually say emails are automated, right? A lot of people fuck this up and say, hey, this is a personalized email. Hey, you don't want to do that, right? You just tell them that, send them an automated reminder immediately. Have a queue that waits 4 minutes and then SMS them being like, hey, hey Jim, it's Jason. I'm the founder of Remo Connect. We'll actually wait 20 seconds before this sends. I got you on my calendar for, Monday at 3 p.m. Did you get that invite to your email? That email was automated, by the way. And the moment you send emails like this and have SMSs like this, it just shows to them oh shoot, Jason's actually messaging me. He's actually taking the time out of his day to get in touch with me. And to them, they're just going to show up for that appointment, right? Obviously, we'll have a delay of 3 minutes and just give them a heads up before a call, right? Instead of telling them to watch the pre-call video, we actually go ahead and position it as hey, look, you could see this pre-call video if you're potentially interested in it. I just don't want to waste your time to have you come on a meeting, right? Then they're oh, everyone tells me to watch a video. Okay, I'll give this a go, right? And that pre-call video needs to be solid. It needs to be the most valuable thing they can see that's actually going to help them scale their business. Now, what we actually go ahead and do is talk about why we founded our company, right? That's super important, just so that they actually build that personal connection with you. What's going to happen is that when they learn about you, they see some of the case studies, they see some of the results that you've actually gotten, right? That's the most important thing they want to see. You're building trust, reputation, and accountability, right? The moment you have these sort of workflows, you're gonna skyrocket your agency. The moment you have these sort of automations running with you and your agency, it's just gonna put you in a better position, right? Because think about all the SMMA owners who don't have this, right? Think about everyone that doesn't nurture their clients. Think about the people that still cold call. The lowest leverage thing in the world, you're cold calling, right? Not only that, some people don't even have any automations, right? Just maybe a Calendly automation. But this is why I so recommend to have automation set up even within your business. If you're pitching to remodelers that you're going to get them, or if you're pitching to any sort of client that you're using Go High Level or any sort of SaaS system, to actually scale their business, and you're not even implementing it yourself, it makes no sense, right? So this is the one thing that's actually got me to this position. And now what I'm going to be able to do is actually not, I know everyone wants to travel, but I'm actually going to put my money back into my agency. Starting next week, I'm actually in talks of running ads for my company, right? That's the highest leverage thing, right? You start with cold calling. Maybe you get one client. Whether it's $1,000, $2,000, put that money into SMS, right? Because we've spent only in the past month, this is how much it actually costs to run SMS. I know a lot of people don't fucking show this. Obviously, we have some clients who are doing A2P verification and stuff like that. But let's see. Okay, in the last month, from February, we sent around 28,669. That isn't all the database, that isn't all the SMS automation, right? Obviously, we text clients, we respond to them, right? This is $304. But the return on investment, right? If I'm spending $304, I'm getting $12,000 to $15,000 USD back, right? that is why it's the highest leveraging thing you can do for your agent. But yeah, all I'm saying is if you are looking to actually grow your business, you're actually looking for something that is going to put you in a higher leverage position among other sort of SMMA owners, you need to hop on SMS. And yeah, just wanted to say thank you, Will, for letting me do this SMS masterclass. As you guys know, I'm one of his mentees. Look, I know Will might not be running his mentorship anymore, but one of the best mentors. I personally, just to let you guys know, I'm actually opening up my own mentorship starting in a month from now. So if you'd like to actually get exclusive access, not just that, but to actually get to know me, I will give you as much value as I can, even personally, before I actually start. The reason I actually say get a mentor who is running their agency right now is because all of the acquisition, all of the front-end system, the back-end, the service delivery things that they are actually using, we can give you, right? Because I actually know what is working, as opposed to people that don't know what's working. So yeah, thank you so much, Will. And I hope you all have an amazing day.
In terms of booking them in, I like to be super aggressive, right? And this script is a perfect one to use. Feel free to go ahead and basically just copy that. We're going to schedule them on a Go High Level calendar, make sure we have their time zone correct, and then fill in their numbers from Go High Level, press the schedule button, and that's a booked meeting instantly. So here's the tracker that we use for getting all of our meetings through cold SMS. If you want to book hundreds of meetings a day, you're going to need to have a tracker like this. So feel free just to copy this layout. All of these fields here, all of the metrics auto-populate depending on, the values that we put in. So we spend now £500 a day, pounds on ads. And here are the exact creatives that we used to use to get sub $10 bookings, meaning that, we're going to have hundreds of bookings every single day. They basically went to a lead form and then we basically qualify them. Hey, how many listings are you doing on the average year? If it was below 12, so one transaction a month, then we probably just cancel them. We have a setter who we communicate with in Slack, who then go ahead and books them in, and we can get them on a complete commission per appointment / close basis. You can hire them anywhere from Online Jobs PH, Upwork, Google Form Funnel, pretty basic stuff. But yeah, that was it. Short video from myself. And again, I don't offer mentoring. This is pure value. But yeah, feel free to subscribe.